combating nutrition disinformation and general bull. It's Jimmy Rants. JimmyRants.com.
What's up, you guys? Welcome back to another Instagram Live, and we're here with yet another Jimmy Rants episode. Again, if you're brand new to my Instagram channel, you can follow me at Livin' Low Carb Man over on Instagram if you're watching this on YouTube. So go do that if you want to watch these live videos. I try to come on live a couple of times during the daytime, once in the morning, once in the afternoon on East Coast time, Eastern Standard Time. And we try to rant on various issues in the world of health and nutrition, and just this whole community. And I've been at this for a very long time, you guys. Since 2005 is when I first started blogging, became a podcaster in 2006, started writing books for a major publisher in 2012. So I've been around the block a time or two with this whole industry, and things that I've observed over the years have kind of spawned today's topic. So this topic that we're going to talk about here is all about those people who think you're not qualified to talk about diet and health. So let's start with one segment of this that I think is really prevalent. And it's this whole notion of, well, if you don't have credentials after your name, MD, PhD, RD, or any other D after your name, then you can't talk about health, and you can't talk about diet, and you can't talk about all of these things online because you have to be credentialed in order to talk about those things. So we've all seen those people. They all kind of come on and they rag you, and they tell you things that you have to be in order to be talking, okay? So then you've got another segment, especially in the diet and health sector, where they say, well, you don't look like you're healthy, so therefore you're not allowed to talk about diet and health. So I get this one a lot because I still have weight in my midsection. So people are like, well, how do you talk about getting people healthy and having a good diet when it doesn't look like you yourself have a good diet? And of course, the assumption is because I look in their eyes, quote, unhealthy and quote, too much weight, that's where I've started from. What they don't realize is that I started on three prescription medications. I was 400 plus pounds and had a lot of stuff going on. I'm nowhere near any of that. I hadn't had a prescription drug in well over a decade, about a decade and a half now. And I'm way down from my highest weight ever. So context is never brought into this discussion of not being qualified to talk about diet and health. So you've got these voices out there, and the thing that really makes me mad about it is there are so many people that have something positive to share that could influence other people to also get healthy and change their life and change their dietary habits. But these people are too afraid of the backlash they're going to get because they, quote, aren't perfect in how they look. They don't have the qualifications. So therefore, what do I have to offer? And trust me, I get these people writing to me all the time. How in the world are you so confident and bold? And how do you get out there without the credentials? How do you get out there and you're still not, quote, arrived in everything about your health? And my answer to these people are, you have a voice. I have a voice. Use your voice. Because at the end of the day, I'll relate to so many people that the most perfectly fit gym rat who eats kale every moment of every day, they'll never reach certain people. But I reach them. I have a lot of people that like to follow my work because I look like the guy next door. And I deal with the same struggles that they deal with. So there's the relatability factor. And so if you're watching this right now, whether you're watching live on Instagram or on the replay on Instagram or on YouTube, or you're listening to it on the Jimmy Rants podcast, regardless of how you're getting this information, I want to speak to you right now, because you might be the person who will change someone's life. You. Yeah, you. You could be the instigator for someone getting healthy. And how many of us often think about, what your legacy is in this world, what you hope to accomplish, what you hope to teach your children, some of the core principles of who and what you are? How many of you have a goal to try to make a difference in this world? Yeah, we all do. We all hope that we leave a mark. And had I given up because I simply wasn't qualified with letters after my name, had I given up if people calling me fat and saying that I was unhealthy, I had one vegan group that made a whole video all about me, talking about how I would be dead by 2017. Of course, that was several years ago, and it's beyond 2017. Thank you very much. Had I given up because they were saying these nasty things, would people's lives be impacted by my work? No, because there would be no work happening. And so if you have a story to tell in keto or really anything about health, tell it. Don't let anything stop you. And newsflash, as somebody that does this professionally, you're going to get haters, and they're going to come at you hard, and it will be relentless every single day. But I don't care. It is what it is. And that's just a fact if you're going to get online. Now, some people's personalities can't handle that. I laugh at a lot of these people because they're just a joke to me. Because I know the work that I'm doing is making a difference. And so therefore, when people say I'm not qualified to talk about diet and health, I counter that by talking about diet and health and sharing information, and then getting feedback from people that said Keto Clarity changed my life. That listening to your Live and La Vida Low Carb Show podcast was the gateway into understanding better about my diet and my health. Guys, there's no price on that. At the end of the day, you want to leave a legacy. That's the legacy. So I want this video today, this Jimmy Rants episode, to be an encouragement to you, because so many people are so discouraged and they're in hiding. And I'm going, we need to shout it loud and shout it proud. If you have something to say, use your voice. Don't be silenced by any nonsense that's out there. You're always going to have the bleep holes, and they're going to do what they're going to do. But you keep smiling, keep shining, keep sharing truth, and be you. Always be you. I get a lot of critics of my podcast because I am a little bit goofy at times on my podcast by design. That's who I am. That's my personality. And yet people complain about it. But I'm like, you think you're going to make me change? Why would I change? Because the moment I change, I'm no longer me. So don't feel like you've got to play this personality when you're online and when you're sharing. Just be you. And if you have a voice to speak, speak it. If you have fingers to type, type it. If you like being on video, it might be a little bit intimidating for some people, but I feel very comfortable on video. Then do video, but do something. And don't ever let that whole adage of you're not qualified to talk about diet and health stop you from helping to change the lives of other people. All right, let's see what you guys have to say. Thanks for being here. Welcome in, everybody. All right, I would love to reach people as an RN. So D-Base, you are reaching people. You probably can't talk about keto or whatever within the context of your job as a nurse, but you have a captive audience there that you could sneak in a little thing here and there. Any hints about what you can do? So without knowing the context of your job, I'm assuming if you're sitting there talking to a patient and they have some condition that's related to something nutritionally, obviously if they broke their arm, not much you can do to help them nutritionally. Although you could talk even in that context of the role that healthy fats play in healing. from a broken bone or something like that. That would be an interesting kind of inroads. But if it's chronic disease, you could bring up, just various things any way that you can. I don't know what your laws are about what you can or cannot say. Hello, Sierra. You're pretty awesome, too. Thanks for being here. Amy Marm Brewster says, I started a little local Facebook page because of you. Awesome. See, I think that is a great thing to do, is to start a Facebook page and try to meet up with local people. I know there's a strong little groups all over the country, so check them out. Black and Keto says, you're speaking volumes to me. Thank you so much. That was the hope, man. That was the hope. I was trying to, you guys know I share from my heart. And if something is burdening me, I'm going to come on here and talk about it because that's my jam. And I'm an encourager as well. So I like to encourage people because I know it can be disheartening sometimes with the negativity. Trust me, I get it daily, like heavy daily. But you ignore it. You move on with your life. Block delete becomes your best friend. It sure has me. You rock too, Queen, Kathy Queen Potter. Lilla Grand, I've noticed how people take me more seriously now that I've reached my target weight. And yeah, if you used to be really, really big and then you lost a lot of weight, people do notice that. I got that when I lost my weight in 2004. Although, interestingly, nobody noticed until I had lost over 100 pounds before they noticed that I had lost weight. So that was pretty funny to me. But yeah, that does help, and it does give you the in. But I think, like, for example, my story, I'm not at my lowest weight I've ever been, but I'm off of all medications, and keto did that for me. So that's a story I can share with people, even if I don't, quote, look the part. It's a joke how many supposedly qualified nutritionists talk rubbish. And yeah, a lot of the young dietitians, for example, they're skinny. They've never been fat a day in their life. They don't understand insulin resistance. They don't understand the negative impacts of all those carbs that they're telling people to eat, those healthy whole grains. They don't understand how that's negatively impacting their 40-something-year-old clients. And the 40-something-year-old clients are just frustrated and they don't know how to deal with it. They need the information about keto, for example, and they're just not going to get it from a registered dietitian. Let's see. Keto Journey by George. Hey, George. You were one of the people I listened to in learning about keto in the winter of 2017. I've followed you ever since. Thank you, George, and I appreciate all of your support as well. You've been one of the ones that comes on here all the time supporting my work, and I really, really appreciate it. And you're one of the ones that has a great success story that's still an ongoing progress story. Everybody thinks, well, I'll wait till I've arrived in my weight and my health, and then I'll go out there and share. No. You know who I thought did this very well? Was my friend Suzanne Ryan from Keto Karma. Go follow at Keto Karma if you haven't already. She got to be on a couple of, she's got a book called Simply Keto, by the way, but she got to be on a couple of big-time national TV shows earlier this year. I think she was on with, used to be the Regis and Kelly show. I don't know who hosted anymore, but that show, and she was on another show as well. And then today she got to be in a recording on the Dr. Oz show. So a big deal. And her journey started when she was at her highest weight. She started doing YouTube videos. Go look her up, Keto Karma. And you'll see where she was on YouTube basically every single day talking about this journey and talking about how she was implementing keto and how she lost weight and was coming off of drugs and was able to play with her daughter and all of these things. She could have said to herself, oh, well, I'm not qualified to do this, but she did it in the midst of her journey. So if she can do it from the start, you can do it from the middle and never, ever feel bad about that. I work with mentally ill patients working with a psychiatrist. Oh, well, D-Bay, she's the registered nurse earlier. So if you work with them, I mean, healthy fats, I did a whole rant about this morning. Yeah, I think that's a great end to teaching about keto, is with that patient population. Before starting keto, we took our daughter to one who gave her a diet full of bagels and other garbage. Yeah, they do that. As a counselor, I can say this worked for me. What do you think you could change to make what's happening better for you? Marion Johnson, 677, thank you for that. I like that approach. You know, this is what I found works for me. So what are some things about my story that you think maybe you could try and see how you do? I like that. And see, that's a great technique. Good job. My aunt visited the last 2 days. She saw how much weight I lost last year and continue to maintain. So being the example is a big thing. You know, and like I said, I've been at this since 2005 2004 when I lost the weight, 2005 since I've become public with this, pretty much nonstop. And then with all the international best-selling books I've had, my profile online has gotten even bigger, and about to release another new book next week, Real Food Keto, on November the 6th. So constantly being in the public eye, you get all of the criticism that says you're not qualified. So hopefully today you're being encouraged that if you feel like you're not qualified to talk about diet and health, yeah, you are. If God gave you a voice to speak, you need to speak and speak out strongly. If you're a little bit timid and you don't like speaking or doing video, then by all means write and get online and comment and be active. And in it all, be kind and be engaging, because all of that's going to impact this world. All right, guys, that's it for this episode of Jimmy Rants. As always, go to jimmyrants.com and you can get access to all of my past rants that I've done on YouTube. You can also watch me live on Instagram. So thank you guys for being here live with me on Instagram. But you can follow me at Instagram at Livin' Low Carb Man. And you can watch these lives twice a day, once in the morning, once in the afternoon. Also watch the replay for 24 hours and then permanently on YouTube at jimmyrants.com. And then coming soon, we'll have a podcast for you to listen to, little snippets of these rants, get the best of the best. But thanks for watching, guys. We'll be back again real soon with another Jimmy Rants. Bye.